If you are one of our graduates, please make sure you check in. You get your little balloon, write advice for our new students. We're going to take all those balloons and we're going to put them up in our wall in our office so that fall semester when our new EOPS students are coming in, they can hear from our graduating EOPS students any advice that you have on how they can succeed academically. The books are yours. You can use them as a yearbook. If you want your counselors, your friends who are here to sign them, please do that. If not, you just have a copy of the book. But we chose all the places you'll go because as a graduating class, you guys have been through a lot, more than most people have during their educational journey. You guys, spring 2020, for those of you who were here, it was, I think it was like around March 17th, all of a sudden go home, we're going online, there's a pandemic. None of us have ever lived through a pandemic before. We had no idea what was going on. We had to take everything, put it online, and make it work for you guys within a few days. I think it was 2 weeks before classes resumed. And we were running around with our heads cut off here at the college, the administrators, the faculty, the counselors, trying to figure out how are we going to make sure that you still have a positive educational experience in a forum that you didn't sign up to do. And it was hard. For some, our students didn't have laptops, they didn't have Wi-Fi, and so the district really stepped up and tried to do the best they could to help our students, provide them what they needed. EOPS tried to do the best it could to make sure that we didn't stop providing our over and above services. Our counselors went out of their way and were great to transition to the online forum. We started doing telephone contacts to make sure that we made ourselves available to you guys. And here we are, 2 years later, May 2022, and you guys are on the verge of graduation. So I look forward to seeing all you guys cross the stage. I get to be on the stage at graduation, so as you guys, your names get called and you walk up on the stage, make sure you give me a high five. We're really proud of you guys. You guys really put those capital letters in resiliency in your ability to be able to just go with the flow. And even though we're somewhat back this semester, you're still sort of our guinea pigs. You know, we're online, we're in person, we're hybrid. And so you guys really are the ones that had to bear the cross as we get through this pandemic. And so from behalf of the EOPS staff, our student workers, our counselors, and myself, we're honored, and we want to thank you for allowing us to be a part of your educational journey. We're really proud of you guys, and we're here to celebrate, so feel free to have seconds and thirds. And we have Dr. Irving, who was supposed to do our opening remarks. He's not able to be here with us right now, so he'll be doing the closing remarks. And so we're going to go on to our counselors who want to address you guys and give you guys some sage advice. So first counselor to come up will be Dr. Hunter.
Okay, it's supposed to be a party. So everybody give yourselves a round of applause. Here's my graduates. There we go. You guys are all quiet and nice. Look, today's your day. So if you got food in your mouth, okay, try not to talk, but we know some of you chew kind of crazy. Don't worry about that. Enjoy yourself. This is your day. So what I want to do is just take a few minutes of your time to read a letter, because unfortunately a couple of our counselors for EOPS were not able to be here today. They both have other responsibilities they do to keep this educational training moving forward for the students, for the college, and for the district. So the first one is from, can you guys hear me? Yeah. I really don't like mic, so. The first one is from Lords, Brent. Ladies and gentlemen, graduating students, I'm sorry that I cannot be with you in person today, but I'm with you in spirit, and I wanted to share some thoughts with you. What is a hero? The dictionary defines a hero as someone admired for his or her achievements, who overcomes great odds and persists in spite of adversity. Today, you graduates are being recognized for your academic achievements, for your persistence, and for seeing challenges not as barriers to your success, but as obstacles to overcome. Today, you are being recognized as heroes. the families and friends of those scholars who support you and cheer you on and help you in whatever way they can, and you are so proud, or very proud of you, or they are. You are heroes. The students who go to school and work and have families and others, responsibilities, and still complete their classes and achieve your goals, you're heroes. The students who make sacrifices today to have a better life tomorrow, you're heroes. And today, ladies and gentlemen, graduates, friends, and family, I congratulate you and tell you how proud I am of you. Now, here's to the heroes. If I may, I want to take this time right now, not for the students, but for the family, friends, and loved ones. Students, give them a round of applause, all those who help support you through this journey. I want to give you 2 words, so bear with me for a minute. Resilience and perseverance. I'm sure you heard them both. I got that. Resilient, and this is out of Webster's dictionary. I know we're going old school. Some of them now use other words. Or what do you use? Google to get your definitions? Not today.
Urban Dictionary.
Urban Dictionary, or whatever's out there. All right? Capable, this is resilient. Capable of withstanding shock without permanent deformation or rupture. So let's put that aside for a second. For the students, I need you guys to participate. Yeah, I heard the already, oh. Yeah, I'm that one. Be happy you're in class with me. If the pandemic was tough on you, stand up. Come on, we'll interact today. Yeah, this is interaction. If you lost a loved one during the pandemic, stand up. Now I'm gonna go down a list, so I want you guys, let me get into that for a minute, because I don't want anybody to feel like I'm singling them out, because we've all went through something, so I don't want you to, just let me, I'll start going down a list, and please feel comfortable rise. I need you to stay. If you had a struggle with a class, stand up. If a professor, no, I didn't say sit down, I said stay standing. Thank you for those who are standing. Not yet. I know you're running, just sit down. Don't be embarrassed. I am up here for you. If you had a struggle with a class, stand up. If you felt that, you know what? You caught COVID and struggled, stand up. If you, stay standing. While we sitting back down, don't be embarrassed. If I already said you were dropped from a class, if you sit up there and realize that somebody you know struggled with COVID, stand up. If you had to sit up there and could not find a babysitter, or somebody take care of your little one, stand up. If you sit up there and picked up extra responsibility, stand up. If you had to sit up there and work and lose your job, stand up. If you had to find new work, stand up. If you're sitting up there and having to realize that what you are going through right now was extremely difficult, and I don't want to say you had no support, but a lack of support, stand up. Let me think, what am I missing? Because I'm going to start adding some. Because I feel like I got everybody in here. Actually, here's the best one, and I'm going to end with this. If you love Los Angeles Trade Technical College, and they assisted you in this program, everybody on this campus, stand up. Give yourselves a round of applause, because as Maggie mentioned earlier, it's because of you and your resiliency that got you to this point today. Nothing stopped you. So with that, I'm going to come with the second word, perseverance. Continued effort to do or achieve something despite difficulty, failure, or opposition. The active condition to continue. And as you leave here today and go to June 7th graduation and put an end to this part of your career and journey, as you move forward, please keep in mind that through this time, the last 2 years, perseverance and resilience has got you to this point, and it will keep you going forward. Never deselect yourself from anything. Thank you.
Hi, everybody. It is really nice to see all of your faces. It's been a long time since I've been able to see so many students in one location, you know. The past few years has been, I'd say it's been pretty difficult, but I'm so happy that you have made it to this day, and we are very blessed to be able to celebrate it together. So I have a story for you. A water bearer had 2 large pots, one hung on each end of a pole, which he carried across his neck. One of the pots had a crack in it, and while the other pot was perfect and always delivered a full portion of water. At the end of the long walk from the stream to the master's house, the cracked pot always arrived only half full. For 2 years, this went on daily, with the bearer delivering only 1.5 pots full of water to his master's house. Of course, the perfect pot was proud of its accomplishments, fulfilled in the design for which it was made. But the poor cracked pot was ashamed of its own imperfection and miserable that it was unable to accomplish what it had been made to do. After 2 years of enduring this bitter shame, the pot spoke to the water bearer one day by the stream. "I am ashamed of myself and I apologize to you." "Why?" asked the bearer. "What are you ashamed of? I have been able for these past 2 years to deliver only half of my load because of this crack in the side that causes the water to leak out all the way back to the master's house. Because of my flaws, you have to do all this work and you don't get full value from your efforts," the pot said. The water bearer felt sorry for the old cracked pot, and in his compassion he said, "As we return to the master's house, I want you to notice the beautiful flowers along the path." Indeed, as they went up to the hill, the old cracked pot took notice of the sun warming the beautiful wild flowers on his side of the path, and it was cheered somewhat. But at the end of the trail, it still felt old shame because it had leaked out half of its load. And so again, the pot apologized to the bearer for its failure. The bearer said to the pot, "Did you notice that the flowers were only on your side of the path and not on the other pot side? That's because I have always known about your flaw, and I took advantage of it. I planted flower seeds on your side of the path, and every day while we walked back to the stream, you watered them. For 2 years, I have been able to pick up these beautiful flowers to decorate my master's table. Without you being just the way you are, he would not have this beauty to grace his house." Each one of you is unique. You all have cracks and you all have flaws, but it makes you special. We celebrate you today and all of your accomplishments. While earning a certificate or a degree may sound simple, it's not. Simple's not always so simple. It took a lot of intent on your part, and you did it because you wanted a better future for yourself. That intent took a lot of planning, it took a lot of effort, you had to get to class, the last couple of years have been difficult for everybody. And you did it. You did all the hard work that it took. According to a recent Forbes article, less than 50% of college students graduate on time. More than 1 million students drop out every year. More than 50% of dropouts were enrolled to complete an associate's degree. 75% of the dropouts are first generation. Less than 20% of community college students earn a degree or a certificate. You guys are part of that. And this doesn't take into account the students that are graduating from high school and not moving on. Fewer than 70% of high school graduates go on to college. So you should be very proud of yourself, and just keep in mind that you're always going to have successes and you're always going to have failures, but it's how you handle them that makes you you. So remember that as you celebrate, as you walk the stage next month, that you're accomplishing something that most people never get to do in their life. Martin Luther King Jr. once said, "Use me, God. Show me how to take who I am, who I want to be, and what I can do, and use it for a purpose greater than myself." So as you leave Trade Tech, remember that you are unique, and remember to treat yourself and others kindly, because little by little you can each make the world a better place. Congratulations, EOPS.
So
we have some student speakers for you guys. So we're going to start with the wonderful Mrs. Cynthia Graham.
Hello, Los Angeles Trade Tech!
Yeah.
Hello. My name is Cynthia Graham, and I want to give an honor to Adonai, who's the creator of the universe, the one that caused me to be here today. I thank you, Adonai, that we're all here safely and we can have a precious, wonderful, safe graduation. I'm not going to say too much, let me see. Okay. Secondly, I want to give thanks to the staff of EOPS that supported me through my entire journey. Los Angeles Trade Technical College, I thank you for the book grant that you gave us, because without the book grant, I couldn't go to the bookstore and get the books. I'm not going to leave you out bookstore. I thank you for the book grant. I thank you for the support when I used to go home and I used to sit down and cry sometimes. So, I used to look at my books. And I used to throw them up against the wall because I was so frustrated sometimes. You know, and I thank you for that support, because when I wanted to turn away sometimes, I had your support to make me keep going. Without your support, again, I wouldn't be out here. I thank you for the cap and gowns that you gave all EOPS, because some of us, we've worked so hard right now with things being cut, some of us wouldn't have been able to afford that cap and gown. So I thank you for the cap and gown and the stats that you gave us. I want to give a shout out also to DSPS. Is she here? I'm not going to forget you either. Thank you for your support as well, because a lot of things is going on with people when they're having mental challenges. Sometimes it's so hard and you can't really focus. So a lot of people will say, oh, I'm not going to say, yes, I'm in DSPS and I'm proud of it. Because without DSPS, a lot of us wouldn't be here. So there's a lot of things going on with mental issues now that we need that support in the school. I want to give also Dr. Hunter. Thank you. Mrs. Barajas. Bukasa. Ms. Brent. Mr. Skinner. Sinachai. Mr. Sinachai. Mrs. Cadero. Mr. Lazambe. Mr. Fielder. And the office workers at EOPS. I want to thank you all for being there for me, and all of the EOPS people here, the graduates, for tomorrow, the next day, the future. I have a little poem, it's a few that I'm going to say real quick. Butterflies can't see their wings. They can't see how truly beautiful they are, but everyone else can. People are like that as well. And from Nelson Mandela, former president of South Africa, I want to say this to the EOPS. I never lose. I either win or I learn. And the best one I really love also is Cesar Chavez. You are never strong enough that you don't need help. So we got your help, EOPS, and I just want to thank you for everything that you supported us through, in and out. So I just want to thank everybody that's here, from the kids, even if I don't know you, for everybody's parent, Shakira, Serafina, the new guy I just met, everybody. I'm just so glad that you're here in my life.
Greetings. My name is Milagro Hiawatha Jones, and I am an EOPS Care Success Story. Extended Opportunity Programs and Services was founded in response to the 1964 Civil Rights Act, the 1965 Watts riots, the 1968 Poor People's March, the student-led protests and civil unrest of 1969, and establishing the incorporation of SB 164 in July of 1969. 50 years later, I came to Los Angeles Trade Technical College and inherited the privilege of being a member of the EOPS Care programs through the hard work and dedication of those that came before me. And I want to shout out one of them, Casa, you know what I'm saying? I came to Los Angeles on July 1st, 2018 with $40, my carry-on bags, and my 3-year-old daughter, Livia, fleeing domestic violence and child abuse. We lived in a Union Rescue Mission in Skid Row and in welfare motels throughout Los Angeles County. As a program assistant for youth services at Koreatown Youth and Community Center, I was informed about the opportunity of attending a California community college. When I began my studies at Los Angeles Trade Technical College in June 2019, I was unable to receive in-state tuition because I had not been a resident for 1 year, and as a formerly homeless Angelino, I could not provide a lease, utility bills, or other documentation approved when I had become a legal resident. Barriers such as this were common for me and are still common for many students within the Los Angeles Community College District. I was fortunate to be the secretary of the Central Alameda Neighborhood Council, whose president, Alfredo Gama, was the student trustee of the Los Angeles Community College District at the time. With Alfredo's help, I was able to attend the Board of Trustee meetings, to meet Chancellor Francisco Rodriguez and the rest of the Board of Trustees, and voice my concerns directly as a student to the administration. Through outreach and networking, I became aware of the Associated Student Organization and programs on campus like EOPS and CARE. EOPS and CARE has made it possible for me to afford the cost of supplies and books while studying at Trade Tech. The program provided me with the ability to eat a meal each day, which was a blessing for someone like me who was used to skipping breakfast and lunch and going hungry. I was able to receive grants that I used in emergency situations. Although I had no family, friends, or traditional support systems in Los Angeles, I was able to thrive as a single parent and a student through the programs like EOPS and CARE. My goal as a student at Los Angeles Trade Technical College was to gain a certificate in digital media. But due to COVID-19, the classes I was taking for that program became unavailable, and I began to pursue a degree in English. As a result of chaperoning youth on the Pueblo del Rio projects on the campus tour of UCLA, I became aware that community college students have the opportunity to transfer to some of the best public universities in the nation. Although I faced many struggles as a student, including housing insecurity, childcare during COVID-19 was a nightmare, hunger and food insecurity, especially at times when I was unable to access the CARE program and the meal tickets. I dealt with mental health issues, including depression and suicidal ideation. I dealt with anti-blackness, racism, and I dealt with something I would warn all future students about: being in romantic relationships and the heartbreak that comes with them. I'll just say, stay single and focus on yourself while you're in school. So throughout my time at LATTC, EOPS was always there for me with counseling, tangible services, and beneficial programs that helped me to remain resilient and bounce back every time I fell down and I felt like I would never be able to continue my education. And I'm very proud to say that although I got my GED in a correctional facility, and Americans who do that, less than 1% of them get a college degree, not only did I get my associate's degree, but I've also been accepted into UCLA as an English major for fall 2022. EOPS and CARE played a huge role in my success. I cannot overstate how important these programs were for me as a formerly homeless, formerly incarcerated single father who is the first in his family to obtain a college degree. Once again, my name is Milagro Jones, and I'm an EOPS CARE success story. I would like to give a shout out to Maggie Cordero, Dr. Hunter, all of the EOPS CARE staff, Ms. Campbell and everyone at ASO, Dean Demetrios Sinadinos, and everyone else that helped me on my journey to become a college graduate and UCLA student. Go Beavers, go Boys, let's get it, baby!
Hello, everyone. Okay, so pardon me if I cry, okay, because this is a lot for me right now. Oh,
I think everybody's story is really just says how much EOPS has like guided us, and gosh, I couldn't thank you guys enough, so. I'm trying to pull it together.
I faced some of my toughest battles when I first started college here, from coping from losing my mother to suicide, my brother to prison, giving birth to my son, then my last daughter, all while planning for my uncle's funeral. 2 days after giving birth to my daughter, all this was happening in my first year of college. I was fighting a felony charge along with the misdemeanor charge for a bad decision I chose to make. I was facing every consequence that came with it. I kept telling myself the Most High gives the toughest warriors his biggest battles, and I knew that I couldn't give up. I never took no for an answer, and through the cries, blood, shed, and tears, I made it. I came a long way from foster care as an abused child and faced a lot of obstacles in my life. But I'm here to say, as a walking testimony, don't give up no matter what happens. You have faith and believe in yourself because God got you. I was facing 5 years in prison on probation for 5 years with a 3-year joint suspension and was told no matter what career I proceeded with, my felony would mess me up with getting a job, but I only answered to one person, and that's God. I prayed, I went to college, all while raising 6 kids and working, and look at what God did. He dismissed both of my court cases, walked beside me, and he helped me up when I felt my feet were burning from exhaustion, and all I wanted to do was give up. But he had other plans for me. He got me here today with 5 degrees and multiple Dean's Award certificates for accomplishments of good grades. My biggest mentors and supporters came from the EOPS office and GAIN. My biggest mentors came from GAIN, and the people that I really want to thank the most was Donnie, Mr. Hopper, Dr. Hunter, and Emmanuel from the Reentry Pathway Program. Shout out to them for all being available when I needed them the most. I couldn't thank these men enough because we all need guidance, help, and advice. They provided that and some. So I thank you guys abundantly, and also staff members to these offices were great help, and I thank you guys as well. So remember, a closed mouth don't get fed. Ask questions, seek, and you shall find. Find a great mentor to help guide you, and never give up on yourself. Never be ashamed. Your struggles are what brought you here today. A survivor with ambition. I hope you find your purpose, and I wish you much success.
And I really wanted to do this because unfortunately I wasn't given an opportunity to speak for our graduation ceremony, so that's why I really wanted to do something, it doesn't matter even if we all don't know each other, at least say something nice, to at least have something we can remember besides our hardships and our times here at Trade Tech. I want to thank the entire EOPS program for existing in the first place because, like the previous student speakers have said, a lot of you have done a lot for us that we wouldn't have gotten help with from anybody else.
Yes.
I remember I'm a first generation college student, my entire family, I have both of them, and I didn't have the money to come to pay for my classes at nothing. I didn't have money to even pay for uniform. So the book grant that you did give us, it did help me pay for my 2 books that I needed to pay for my classes because I had to pay almost $500 just for 2 books only. So that book grant did come in handy. I needed it for my major too. I had to pay almost $500. That book grant went like that. It was gone. Helping us, with deal with our financial issues, it really did help. And even when the pandemic first started, we got that $500, grant. It did come in handy because I couldn't use it because thankfully I had everything I needed for, college and all that, but I did use it to pay for bills at home because my family, we were struggling a lot. So I do want to give a big thanks to the EOPS for everything they've done for us and up until now. And secondly, since the holiday just passed, I would like to say happy late Mother's Day to all the mothers. Especially because I have the pleasure of sharing that important day with you. I was born on Central American Mother's Day, which is May 10th. So I also want to say that. And for all the mothers that are here or couldn't attend, I wish that you know how eternally grateful that you exist. Because, without any of the mothers here, we wouldn't be here, first of all. And, without the love that you gave us growing up, or all of that help you gave us growing up, we wouldn't be here, or we would probably be a lot worse off. Especially my mother. When my mother was pregnant with me, she was 8 months pregnant still. And she was still going to work. She would take the bus, she had a big belly. She would still get on her knees to clean toilets, clean showers, clean 2-story houses by herself just so she could afford to put a roof over her 2 sons' head and raise 2 men. So if you're a mother, I really want you to understand how eternally grateful that you are for existing, even if your sons or daughters don't show it. Just know that deep down, you are appreciated. Thirdly, I would like to say that education truly is power. It really is. And I don't think we should be taking it for granted because in reality, all of us as Californians, we understand how drastically bad things are getting here, financially wise. It's just horrific how much more expensive things are now, how worse they are going to get in the bottom line. And unfortunately, if you are not going to pursue education, if you are not going to get some sort of certification or degree, you know, it's just going to be so much harder than it was before. Even in the early 90s, early 2000s, it's just going to get so much worse. You know, I've known a handful of people that had to leave the state because of it, you know, because of the pandemic, you know. And I've lost a lot of friends and family due to the pandemic as well. My upbringing wasn't a very good one. I was raised by a single mother struggling. She would be gone from 7 in the morning, she wouldn't come back until 10 o'clock at sometimes at night. Even working throughout the whole week, you know, Monday through Saturday, Monday through Sunday. And it was hard, especially growing up in very poverty-stricken neighborhoods and gang-controlled territories with a lot of violence, a lot of drug abuse. From the time I was, you know, a child up to a young teenager, I've seen a lot, I've experienced a lot, you know, even from the age of 14 all the way up to 19, you know, I had almost lost my life 3 times due to gang-related violence. First time I was 14, I was almost murdered in a drive-by just being collateral damage, being at the wrong place at the wrong time, just trying to walk home. Second time I was visiting a friend I had met in high school, and I was almost beaten to death by gangbangers just because they wanted to rob me. Third time I was 19 years old, I had just turned 19 years old, I was coming back for the fall semester, and I had been in a car accident that broke my mother's neck and led to bulging discs in my lower back because it was a carjacking. You know, so thankfully with everything that Trade Tech has done for me, I don't have to worry about things like that anymore. I don't have to worry about, you know, carrying some form of weapon concealed under my clothing just to go to a 7-Eleven just to buy soda, buy chips, and go back home. I am a first-generation college student. I am a first-generation mechanic, and my biggest concern when I was coming to get my degree, my associate's degree in diesel mechanics, I was worried that I wouldn't be viewed as good enough to get a job anytime soon because I had little to no experience whatsoever. And that was my biggest fear. It truly was. I was afraid that even with all my certifications and my degree, I still wouldn't find work. During the pandemic, it was hard, you know, attempting to do the full, you know, Zoom portion and the hybrid portion, because when it first started, you know, it was March. We were in the middle of working on a big project, and you know, they told us, hey, look, you know, we've heard from the district, and we're going to give you 2 weeks worth of vacation. And at first, we all thought that was great. You know, spring break's going to last 2 weeks, and then we come back. Oh yeah, you're not allowed to come back at all. And it was hard because I lost a year's worth of training for a whole program. And I also lost the first beginning portion of diesel. I lost a whole year worth of training. And through my accomplishments, through all my hard work, it truly paid off because even before graduation, I'd say in February, we had a job fair. A big trucking company had come down and said, we're looking for workers. This is who we are, this is what we can provide to give you right now. And they said, if anybody's interested, please send in your resumes. I sent in my resume, a week had gone by, and I'd already given up. I expected that I wasn't going to get called back, nothing. Following week later, I'd gotten a call back, and a very nice woman told me, I want you to know that I can give you a job interview this week. When can you come see me? I walked into the interview. The moment the interview was over, the woman asked me, when would you like to start? At first, when she told me that, I couldn't believe it. I stood silent and I said, are you serious? Are you serious? And she said, yes, why? And I said, I truly didn't believe I was going to get blessed with such an opportunity in such a quick amount of time. And luckily, I have a job already. Before even graduation is coming around the corner, I already have a job ready for me. I truly want to thank EOPS and this campus for truly existing, because this campus has no idea how many countless lives it's truly helped to make better, how many lives they've actually helped to start their professional career, to, you know, help take care of themselves and take care of their family, you know, and just live a truly happy and prosperous life. And I really wish that we, after leaving here, that we don't take things for granted, and especially time, because, you know, every day is truly a blessing. Everything that we're given here in the U.S. is truly a blessing, and we shouldn't take it for granted. I come from basically two third world countries from Central America, Honduras and El Salvador, that are both stricken with poverty, corruptness, and lots of violence. Unfortunately, during the pandemic, I had lost my uncle and my aunt due to that violence. Unfortunately, because of the poverty, my uncle made some bad choices and decided to start selling drugs in order to afford to take care of his family, taking care of his my 5 cousins. And unfortunately, I lost the both of them, and my 5 cousins were orphans. You know, things here in the U.S. are completely different, you know, with politics, with just the law in general. You know, over there, you have to fight for everything, even water. Water here is basically a human right. You know, any apartment you have, any house you have running water. Over there, you have to pay just to have water to bathe yourself. It's completely different over there. It's a whole other world. And I was thankful enough that I had the opportunity to go see what it was like down there for the first time in my life. And even though most people wouldn't see a very poverty-stricken country as something beautiful, I found it entirely beautiful. For the first time in my life, I had no idea I was missing something inside myself as a part of me. And after experiencing it, seeing the differences from there and here, regardless that my homelands are completely different from here, I still find them very beautiful. I'm proud of where I come from. And I just wanted to say that before I leave. Thank you.
I can't express how proud and excited we are to see what you guys continue to accomplish in your beautiful lives. And don't forget us, we always want to hear from our alumni. We want to know how you're doing, and you can always come back and work for us as well. So don't forget about EOPS. So now we're going to get to the fun part. We're going to call our students, we're going to give you guys a certificate. We're also going to give you a second EOPS sash because we want to do a group picture. So as we call your name, we'll hand you your sash, open it up, put it on, and just kind of wait here because we want to take a picture with all our graduating students. And so our wonderful counselor, Mr. Senashai, is going to be handing out the certificates.
Hey guys, awesome to see you guys here. I'm so proud of all you guys. I just want to say all you guys are either transferring or earning your degree or certificate here, but you know, don't let learning stop here. You guys are going to be alive for a lot more years. You're going to get out there in the workforce and find out that there's new things to learn, there's other things to learn, whatever your field, whatever your trade, whatever your degree is, and just keep on learning. You may not have to step foot in another college class anymore, but you definitely will have to learn something new, just evolve and grow, and just keep on moving, okay? You guys ready to come up here? Yeah. All right. First person, Mr. William Alfaro. Okay. Jacqueline Alonso. Katie Aravallo. Kevin Barrios. Vanessa Blakey. Kirsten Karina Carlson. The famous student speaker with how many degrees? 5 degrees? Yeah. Alicia Castillo. Asia Cofield. Mr. Kevin Fuentes. Kevin Garcia. Stacy Garcia. Cindy Genoves. Judy Gomez. Cynthia Graham. Savannah Isidro. Milagro Jones. Marvin Juarez. Richard Kim. Omar Morgan. Andrew DeGreet. Carrie Papillion. Wanda Scott Robinson. Michelle Vasquez. Serafina Walker. And Shakira Wilson. And let me give a quick shout out to our next up students in here. Who's the next up in here? Michelle, right? Come up here real quick. John. So I want to give it up. So I want to give a shout out to our next up students who are of the foster youth population. So definitely shout out to you guys. What? No? Oh, okay. Sorry. But special shout out to you guys. You guys been through a lot. We're so proud of you guys. Anything you guys need, congratulations.
Okay, I have the CARE students. Canessa Blakely. Alicia Castillo. Milagro Jones, Mr. Jones. And Ms. Serafina Walker.
Good afternoon. First, I want to apologize because I was supposed to open the services, but then I was caught in a culinary arts event where we took, out of 3 colleges, I think we took second place, we were found in probably took third place, but mission won. But hey, my apologies for that because the schedule configured that I couldn't get track. That's on me. I just want to say, I started off in EOPS, and I got into the educational field. I was an EOPS counselor coordinator. And EOPS with a nickel and a nail, very, very near and dear to me. And the things that the program provides, please never take it for granted. Because we don't really know, because the funding, everybody thinks the funding is ongoing for never and ever. But never take anything for granted in this world in which we live in. We thought we were going to be coming through a pandemic. So just never take it for granted. And then when you leave here, the experiences that you've had, take these experiences with you and touch the next person. Just inform them of how EOPS and the processes and things that we have here and how LA Trade Tech help you to help yourself. That's what EOPS is all about. Like I say, it's in my heart, and make sure it stays in your heart, and just keep on running. Remember this, even when you leave and go wherever you want, this is still your home base. Come back here, touch bases, hey, hey, thank you for this, or whatever, hey, I'm doing this. We need that, because we want to assess and see how well we're doing. And another thing is, we got commencement coming up here on June 7th, and I'm sure some of you are going to be walking. Hey, give us a high five, where you find me up on the little platform out there. Just come right on back around, because there's no rules of engagement on that, okay? So I really appreciate the opportunity, even though like I said, I was running late, but it was because of things happen, just like in the EOPS and all our lives happen. So I really appreciate you, and thank you for being who you are, and thank you for where you're going. Thank you.
Thank you.